Hey, check it. Hey, check it.
Hello, welcome.
Coming up on this episode, we'll discuss NBA playoffs. Mavericks and 76ers both tie up the series. And also, a special guest, Mr. Clifton, will be joining us to talk Celtics and Bucks. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up. Put the place up. Yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo. I'm a chaser.
Yo. Welcome to Bellside Sports, the hottest podcast in Montbello. And you already know, also the world. I'm Bedoya, and I'm here with my friend Aiden.
So it's A-Rod, not the one in the majors, but it's I. I'll get there one day. Yeah. But today we're gonna talk about NBA and
Yes, sir.
the playoffs and how it's going. The games from today, yesterday, and probably tomorrow. So you want to start off for us, Bedoya?
I mean, yeah. But first, yesterday the NBA announced that Nikola Jokic won MVP for back-to-back times
Yes, sir.
by beating Joel Embiid and Giannis in the race. What are your opinions about it, Aiden?
Opinions? He deserves it. He didn't have Murray or MPJ again, so he kind of went off. The first player to have 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists. But yeah,
I mean, I think he also deserved it. I mean, Joel Embiid and Giannis played good, but Jokic just put like go to stats
yeah,
in his line. And I think that'll be it for the MVP talk.
yeah. But yesterday the Warriors went on a shooting slump, man. But Curry kind of revived his team, coming back in the fourth quarter and dropping 18 points. So how do you feel about that, Bedoya? And the Grizzlies did not play with Joel.
I mean, yeah, the Warriors won a shooting slump. Curry they barely made it the first three in like the second quarter. But yeah, Curry came close. We dropping 18 in the fourth quarter versus the Grizzlies, who played without John Morant, but still played good. I mean, the Warriors didn't have Steve Kerr.
Yeah. What happened to him?
He tested positive for COVID before the game.
Yeah. Also, the Mavericks and the 76ers also both tied up this series at 2-2, you know. And then
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
What are your opinions about the Warriors, man? Even though they're your team, but what's your opinions?
I think we're gonna win the series in the next game.
The next game?
Yeah, the next game. I don't think the Grizzlies gonna play more. I mean, win more.
Well, I mean, Jaw's coming back next game, so
Yeah, but that don't matter. We like destroy them even though Ja was there.
yeah.
What
But
are your opinions about the Mavericks and 76ers?
my opinion about the 76ers. The 76ers first, they were down 2-0 and they came back. They're 2-2 tie. Joel just went off,
And James Harden too.
James Harden too with the assist.
Yeah.
And then what's it called? The Mavericks. The Mavericks also, because they're facing D-Bud, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton, so they kind of put Chris Paul on a clamps. He only had like 8 points.
He fouled out
assists,
too
yeah.
in the last game.
But our guest, like we said in the beginning, Mr. Clifton, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
Mr.
sir,
Clifton.
Mr. Clifton.
So this is Mr. Clifton.
He'll
He'll be the guest for today's show, and he'll be joining us to talk about his favorite team, the Celtics.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's happening, y'all?
What's up, Mr. Clifton?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, fellas.
Yeah.
Really, really love your work, man. Y'all have grown so much since we started these lives, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Proud of y'all.
Yeah, how you been, Mr. Clifton?
Yeah, been good, man. Been good. Last night yesterday was a really great game, man.
Yeah.
I feel like the Celtics broke through, had a little breakthrough last night. So feeling good. I love this time of year.
Yeah.
Sports. You got Champions League.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All the most of the European leagues are coming down to the end in soccer. You got NBA playoffs. Baseball's kicking off.
Yeah.
It's a good time of year.
Yeah.
How do you feel
So
about Al Horford dunking on Giannis?
Yo, I knew you were gonna ask me about that because that was like the moment. Yo, did you see Giannis dunked on Al Horford
and
like
he
moments
Yeah,
before?
and
and
he
then
was like
and
nodding. He
then
was like,
Al Horford stood him down basically.
Yeah, because Giannis got a technical for taunting him,
and
right?
then and then
Actually dunked on
and
him.
then his sister
Yeah.
tweeted on Twitter something like that's when he like Al Horford woke up and started going off.
Yo,
Yeah.
I didn't see that, man. But yeah, Al Horford turned into he's been a monster all series, man. And this year he's been so great for us.
Yeah,
I'm so glad we got him back.
he had a career high 30 points.
Yeah, and I feel like that dunk really was the turning point, in the game. And I think will be the turning point in this series. Like when he dunked on Giannis, and flexed on him,
Yeah.
and it shows that Giannis is mortal. I mean, Giannis has been amazing, man. He's the best player in the NBA, no doubt. But when you look at the game, he's kind of a one man show right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Middleton. You could really feel in that game he needed Chris Middleton to get some different types of shots. The only way they were scoring was if Giannis was taking it to the hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So
Uh,
I'm proud of Al Horford. Yo, I didn't expect that. And did you also see Jalen Brown? Like Jalen Brown went up for a layup, or a dunk, and he got clipped by Giannis, and he got upset.
Yeah.
So it's like they're really showing like they're on edge right now. Like
It's like a back and forth basically.
yeah, and it's cool. And I feel like Boston really woke up last night.
Yeah.
And the first series against the Nets, it was just too easy for them, right?
Juicy
And
sweet.
they weren't ready for that first game against Milwaukee, and
Uh-huh.
to play against a really good defense. And now I feel like the Celtics will win these next two games.
so you think the Celtics will beat them in 6?
Yeah. Initially, I was thinking 7. At the beginning, I was thinking 7. It's going 7. It's going the distance. But after last night, I feel like they low key punked.
You got that energy
Yeah.
inside you.
Punked Milwaukee, man. So we're going back home for Game 5. That's gonna be a
That's
W.
true.
That's gonna be a W. And if we don't win this next game, something's wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But clearly, right now we're the better team. We should
All
win
right.
this series.
Yeah.
Giannis is the best player on the court, but we have a better team.
Yeah.
We have, since you're a Celtics fan, we're gonna ask you
A few
some
questions.
All right.
Where are you from first off?
Yo, I'm from Utah.
Utah?
Yeah, Utah.
What part?
Ogden, Utah. So it's
Ogden.
like north of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And so I grew up going to Jazz games and stuff, but
Uh-huh.
I grew up a Michael Jordan fan for sure.
Uh,
So I rooted for the Bulls when I was a little kid, and I hated the Jazz.
You hated Malone and Stockton?
Yeah, man, I thought they were corny, man. I thought they were no, man. I just really loved Michael Jordan, man. He was really he just represented the best,
Yeah.
and where I grew up, there aren't very many black folks,
Yeah.
especially when I was growing up. Like, in most situations, it'd be, I'd go days without seeing another black person that wasn't in my family.
Yeah.
And so to see a black man on TV being the best and dominating,
Mhm.
so I was rooting for him.
All right. I see.
Yeah.
Another question is: do you see Jason Tatum taking over the franchise in the next couple of years?
Yeah, he's taking over, man.
Yeah,
You
he's
think,
already
you
taking
think he'll
over.
be better than Larry Bird?
He's that dude. Nah, I don't think so. Bird is amazing. So to back up a little bit, the reason I'm a Boston Celtics fan is because I grew up like collecting basketball cards. And so, I had a few Larry Bird cards, from when he was older and stuff. But I started collecting, Boston Celtics players. So I collected Ray Allen, Kevin
Mhm.
Garnett, and Paul Pierce, and then they ended
Yeah.
up on the same team. So I started going for them. So I didn't grow up a Celtics fan. I became a Celtics fan later on. But I definitely respect and love, Larry Bird and Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, and all them. So
Yeah.
unless Jason Tatum wins 4 championships, he won't surpass Larry Bird.
Yeah, that's a
You know
lot.
what I'm saying?
That's like a
So,
lot. There.
Okay, but seriously, who is your favorite player on the team? Not all time, just current.
Jalen Brown, man. Jalen Brown. I feel like he keeps getting better. I like what he stands for in society, like for social justice.
Uh-huh.
He's like he's a really he's a good dude, you know, and he plays hard. Um, he needs to learn how to dribble a little bit better, you know, because I feel like every time he's like taking it to the hole and he tries to cross
He
someone, he
loses it.
loses it. You know, he gets pickpocketed a lot. Like Matthews got him a few times
Hmm.
last night. But as a human being and as a player, Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
But I seriously love this team. Like Marcus Smart's dope. Like I feel like our team is really playing well together, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those years when we had like
100%.
Kyrie Irving, and you know, we weren't playing together, you know. And last year was tough. And then you know, in the bubble, we kind of melted down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I just feel that there's a confidence in this team,
Hmm.
you know, where we have an edge to us that we hadn't had before.
Yeah.
And I love defense, man. I grew up watching '90s basketball, bro.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, defenses, you know, those games were in the high '70s, low '80s, you know, every night. And I feel like this team represents that.
Uh-huh.
Do you,
Yeah.
do you think the Celtics could win like more than one championship in the next years
You know,
to come?
that's tough, man. In this day and age, man, this day and age, it's really tough to like build a dynasty. I feel like this year we have an excellent shot of winning the East. Um, you know, I'm afraid of, like, you know, I kind of have, I don't know. I shouldn't say I'm afraid, man. I shouldn't be afraid of anybody because I'm, you know, Celtics fan. But like, you know, I feel like the Warriors are
Yeah.
a team that is on the come up right now. Again, you know,
Mhm.
they're rejuvenated,
Yeah.
and they look really good. I feel like they're going to close that series out early. I'm not too worried about the Suns.
I mean, they've
You
been
know,
struggling with both of the series they played.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the Warriors, they really haven't.
Right. Yeah, they, you know, it's interesting, you know. There's just some, like, the league is so talented right now.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you never
true.
know. Like what's Luca gonna do in the next couple of years? Like
Yeah.
he's probably expecting to win some chips, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like we have a great nucleus with Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown.
Hmm.
They're good dudes. They're easy to root for. Easy, a team that's easy to like. And I would love to see them win a couple championships here.
Uh-huh.
That'll be all the questions we have for you.
Yes, yes, sir, mister.
But
Yo,
we're
Any
gonna
other
change the
questions?
topic and we're gonna go talk about me and Aiden on the school's baseball team.
Baseball team.
yeah, man. So have y'all played baseball before? Is this your first year
This
playing?
is my
my fourth
first
year.
year playing in the team.
My fourth year playing.
I've been playing like going to the park to play, but I haven't played in the team.
Man, and for most of your classmates, for most of your teammates, it's kind of their first year, right?
Yeah.
So y'all are doing amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's your record right now?
We're 5-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I remember like your first game. It was
Uh-huh.
kind of rough, right? I
Yeah, it
remember
was.
I went to that game. I watched it, and but y'all seem like happy out there playing, even
No,
Yeah.
though
okay,
you're
not
having a
really,
hard
because
time.
it was kind of our first game,
Yeah,
and we were kind of like nervous because
I was happy, man. I'm always happy when I play a sport.
yeah, man. Get out there and play, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
today we're gonna play Bill Roberts
Bill
in a
Roberts
playoff game.
Playoffs,
Yeah.
playoffs. That's
Playoffs.
so dope,
We
man.
made playoffs.
Yeah, shout out to Bill Roberts. You going to their place to play, or are they coming
Yeah,
here?
Yeah,
I,
we
I
gotta
would
go
think
over
we're
there.
going over there.
All right. So what do playoffs look like? You play every day or what?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Yeah,
like you play. If you win, you go. But if you lose, I think you're out.
Yeah.
that's
So
Yeah.
it.
it's
Yeah.
a must win.
Yeah, it's a must-win game today.
I was really excited. I'm proud of y'all fellas, man, because
Thank you.
you know it's your
Yeah,
first time,
very much.
having a McGlone baseball team, man. You representing us well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's up.
All right. So that'll be all. So that'll be all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and also thank you, Mr. Clifton, for coming to our
For coming
podcast
to
and
our
talking with us.
podcast, talking
Yeah,
with
thanks
us,
for
you
having
know.
me, man. Good to see y'all, man.
Yeah. Make sure to follow our platforms. On YouTube, it's the Confluence Media Center. Instagram, the Confluence Media Center. Twitter, the Voice of Montbello. And yeah,
So that'll be
So,
all.
that'll
be all
See
for
you on the
today.
next
Yo,
episode.
just a quick clip, man. If you like what we're doing here at the Confluence, and
Yeah.
you like the experience, you appreciate the experience that these young men are getting doing these lives and stuff. Donate, man. Donate, support our efforts.
Yeah.
Help make this possible. We really
Yeah.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah. But
Definitely do.
thank you guys. Thank you, Mr. Clifton, for tuning in, joining us. Um, thank you people who are watching right now. And yeah, see you
Next episode.
next episode.
Peace.